Welcome to the Leetist podcast, episode 69.
Yeah.
A show where we play games about games, games about video games, games of the video sort. I am Kenny, joined today by the Oswaldo and Joe Gage to my Jody.
Oh, I love that movie.
A.k.a. Tim.
Hi.
And Ryan.
Hi. I don't know what movie that is.
Oh, really?
That's a Hateful Eight, baby.
Hateful Eight, yeah.
No, I have not seen it.
Oh, boy.
Have not seen it.
It became my favorite Tarantino movie. It is my favorite.
Did it really?
Yep.
Yeah,
it wasn't at first, but I've watched it over and over, and I just fall in love with it more and more every time I watch it. I love it.
Kenny and I talk about the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood a lot.
That's another one that the more I watch it, the more I like it. So Hateful Eight's the same way, though, honestly. It has so many little details. Yeah, it's a fun one.
Adding it to the list.
Today on the show, we have the news game. We have Ains from Seasoned Gaming joining us to play some games. Are You Smarter Than Elite Gamer? And what's that other game we played with him? Closest to the Pin.
Closest to the Pin.
Closest to the Pin.
Is that the actual name of it? I don't know.
I think I said Auction Up Closest to the Pin edition.
There you go. And then Flavor of the Week and all the fun stuff we do every week. Timestamps are below the show if you want to go to any parts you want right now.
That's right. And if you like the show, do us a solid and tell every single person you ever meet this is the greatest podcast you've ever heard. In fact, you can pause the show right now and go to the review section of whatever platform you're listening on and drop us a quick rating review. That can really help us get seen by more folks. Also, tell your friends and followers they can go to theleetist.com/new-listeners where they'll find some fun clips from the show to give them a taste of what we do here. Plus, it includes a recommended jumping off episode for the folks to start their Leetist journey.
Yeah, Leetist.com is jumping off point for everything. Remember to come join our Discord. It's open to all, and we do fun things in the Discord. I think we're playing a game with some patrons tonight, so there you go.
Oh, yeah.
I have not been paying I'm recovering from COVID. I'm better now.
I can hear it. I can hear it in your voice a little bit.
I have a little bit left over, but I'm pretty much good now. But haven't been looking at too much of the news, except for what I've seen you guys maybe talk about a little bit in Discord, but not too much, so I might learn something today.
Well, I might teach you some stuff today here in the news game. The news game.
Spooky!
Every episode, we like to take a brief look back at the gaming news of the week and give our 2 cents. But of course, on this show, simply reading the headlines ain't Leet enough. We got to make a game out of it. We do. I'm going to read off some quick-fire, fill-in-the-blank gaming news questions for my lucky contestants, and they'll have 30 seconds to answer them. Since we are all digital right now, I even have a digital coin to flip to see who's going to go first. So, who's going to call it?
Heads.
All right. Kenny says heads, and it is heads. Congratulations, Kenny. You get to go first.
Hey, now.
All right. You ready?
Yep.
Here we go. A trailer for the Steam Deck has been removed after folks noticed a blank was installed on the screen.
Penis.
Switch emulator. Oh. The blank trailer dropped this week, and folks were mostly impressed outside of the protagonist's voice acting.
Gotham Knights?
Super Mario. Yeah. Sony's new loyalty program, PlayStation Blank, is now live in the Americas, letting players earn points and collectibles by completing random game objectives.
Sweetness. I don't know.
Stars. Nintendo has quietly shut down the ability for games to feature blank on the Switch going forward.
Games to feature. This is the last one, so I can think for a second. Games to feature blank. Trophies. I don't know.
Topless women.
What the?
Wow! Look at that. 0 out of 4. Big old goose egg.
I knew the first 2 questions too. It's just.
Is it COVID brain?
Yeah,
it's
I guess
COVID
so.
brain. It's probably COVID brain. Did you guys see that trailer that had the Switch emulator installed on the Steam Deck?
That was absolutely beautiful. You know, I mean, but like it's interesting because we were having a conversation about like what is the like fair use of an emulation, right? Like
Sure.
You own the game. Is it all right to have the emulated version of the game?
I mean, morally, ethically, I don't know. I think it's okay, personally.
Yeah. I mean, I think that if you have that and then it gives you the ability to mod or do stuff for the Switch that you weren't able to do before, I mean, hell yeah, man. I mean,
the ethical lines I've seen drawn basically are that if you own the game, it's okay, and if you can't get the game otherwise, it's okay.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I guess where the question gets into, well, you mean can't get the game like you can't go to like a used game store and find it?
Right, you can't buy it.
The game is not...
It's not available to the public.
Yeah, you're not going to like a game store and getting it brand new or anything.
Right,
So,
right.
Yeah, gotcha.
You have exhausted all options.
You have exhausted all options.
Exactly. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it too. I think I agree with that. But yeah, having a Switch emulator on the Steam Deck, whoops. Those games are all available, so maybe don't take those. Did you guys like the Mario trailer?
I did.
I liked it.
I did too.
Yeah. So it's interesting. So the hate that Chris Pratt's getting for the Mario voice, it's weird because like he said 2 lines in that trailer. One is like, "What is this?" and the other is "Mushroom Kingdom, here we come." And
Yeah, but he didn't say, "I want these and these."
Yeah, and everyone wants a Charles. Was it Charles Matinee or Martinet?
Martinet.
Woohoo! Yeah.
Isn't it just Martinet?
Marchane?
Yeah, Martinet.
Marchane? Charles
No, it was
Barkley.
close, though. You were really
Everyone
close.
wants Charles Barkley to say his famous Mario line.
Oh, man, I'd watch that.
That would actually be pretty awesome.
It seemed like he did have like the slightest bit of Italian Mario in there, but
Yeah, a
it was
little
just
bit
like-
going
just like
on.
a
Well,
a
I'm
peppering.
withholding judgment personally, but no, clearly he wasn't over the top.
Yeah.
It was when he said like Mushroom Kingdom, here we come. You could hear like a kind of a New Yorker accent. It's like Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
Or when he said, "Hey, where's the fucking gabagoo?"
Gabagoo over here.
What about? Do you remember that old Cheech and Chong skit where I think it's Cheech is the Pope?
I
I
don't-
want to forget a Pope.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
They should have got Cheech Marin to do Mario's voice.
That would have been pretty nice.
She get to have a big tits, a bunga bunga.
I just watched From Dusk Till Dawn not too long ago with Cheech.
Did you?
playing- Yeah, with like three Cheech rolls. Yeah,
I'm not going to yell out any of his lines.
yeah, I know, right?
Oh man, what else we got here on this here agenda? Oh yeah, topless women no longer allowed on Nintendo. I guess some game was about to release on. That's a funny way to put it. On Nintendo, and Nintendo said nope, can't do it. You got a topless woman in there. So apparently
there
that's
you go.
just a rule now. The last thing was Sony's loyalty program. This is something I didn't even know about, called PlayStation Stars, and I think it's live, but it's not necessarily like it's installed in an update kind of thing, but I don't think it's like live yet for another couple weeks. But basically, they're going to like issue challenges you can do in games and complete those challenges in order to kind of like level up in the program. So I don't know what prizes there really are, but I think it might just be bragging rights. I'm not sure.
I thought I saw something where they actually will give you like PlayStation points, like for you to buy stuff at the PS Store. So
Ooh, I'd be okay with that.
yeah, I would love if like even like Xbox got into that world of, okay, you unlocked an achievement that gives you like 1 Microsoft point and you can collect these and actually spend them to get, new stuff, maybe
Right.
even for that same game.
Right.
Like, just like purchase.
Have either of you ever
pretty
like
cool.
looked into the stuff that you're earning on Steam, like the cards and the other
Man, I
badge
have no idea.
badges and
Somebody
badges
told me
and-
at one point, I think it was a guy I used to work with, that you can sell some of the stuff that you've collected in games, and when you sell it, that becomes like part of you get money in your Steam wallet, so you can use the things you sold to buy shit on the Steam
Yeah,
store.
those like Steam summer sales and winter sales, they have those like, you get these cards or whatever for your purchases. Yeah, you're right. I think there is a area where you can just sell it to the community and people are like,
Yeah.
well, I need that card, and they give you money for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
I
pretty
mean,
cool, huh?
Fine. I'm down with that.
For a guy who doesn't like to spend money, I am all for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like I've got all these badges and stuff,
Yeah.
and I don't know what any of them mean. I don't know how I got them or
I don't
why I
need
have
no
them.
stinking badges.
I've just never dug into it,
I think I did a game that had your guys' badge information, like how many badges everyone had and like who had the
Jesus.
most. And no, like everyone was just like, I don't know what a badge is. And I'm like, yeah, I agree. I don't know what it is either.
Ryan, you want to try out some questions?
Let's do it, baby.
All right,
I dare
here
you to
we
Just need one question.
go. Screw you, Bloodborne fans. Rumor has it Blank will be the next PlayStation game to get a remaster.
Dark Souls.
Horizon Zero Dawn, Giant Bomb, GameSpot, and more have been purchased by the popular fan wiki site Blank. Wow.
Polygon.
Fandom. Blank says they have 7 games planned after the Phantom Liberty expansion launches. Oh my God.
I have no idea.
A 7-minute gameplay trailer dropped this week for Blank, featuring more of the Monster Hunter style combat against a big old pig.
Oh man, I'm trying to remember. I actually showed Kenny this game, and I can't remember the name. Horizon Zero Beast.
No, I'm sorry. Wild Hearts.
I actually knew almost all. I knew the first 3 of those, but you didn't. You didn't say
got zeros.
Well, yeah, but you didn't get those questions.
You didn't say the answer. The Cyberpunk one, Tim. Just so you know.
Oh, yeah, it's Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Excuse me, it's CD Projekt Red.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's good. Good that they're still doing.
So
games.
here's what I gathered from the Horizon thing, and I could be wrong about this, but it seems like some info came out that someone got in the industry that they're doing a remaster. He said, like, the info he got said remake or remaster. It seems like to me that it's likely it's just a remaster for PS5, but people have taken that and run with it, saying they're remaking the game. What the fuck? Why? You know, that's kind of what I gathered from it. Am I wrong? I don't know. Do you know any more than me?
I just saw that was a rumored remaster. I didn't see anything about a remake in it. So, just make it a little bit prettier. And there's something about multiplayer in it, too.
Really?
I think I saw. Yeah. I'll just Google that right now because I'm at a computer because we're all at computers right now.
Yeah, no, the initial thing that came out said remake or remaster, with the remaster being more likely, but possibly a remake, which is what made people really go up in arms about it.
Right. Okay, fair enough. So what would you rather have with Bloodborne, a remake or a remaster?
With Bloodborne or Horizon?
I'm just asking about Bloodborne.
That game's fine as it is. I don't think anything needs to be remade. I mean, remakes are usually for gameplay to feel better for the most part. I think is the most important part of those is why the Demon Souls remake feels way better to play. The Shadow of the Colossus remake feels way better to play. Bloodborne does not need anything in that department, so a remaster would be totally fine with me. Just a fucking 60 frames patch would be fine. That's all I need.
You're never gonna get it. Apparently. Yeah, it was Fandom. Fandom is the fan wiki site that, most a lot of...
I think I do use them a lot for the... for a lot of the trivia, and I couldn't remember the name of it.
They're developing a Horizon Zero Dawn remix or remaster, one or the other, as well as an online multiplayer game set in the Horizon universe. So,
all right.
And
that's a thing.
That sounds like it would be like a Monster Hunter game, almost.
Yeah, I'd be cooler with a multiplayer game than the single player of that game. Because the multiplayer would focus much more on, like, the combat, which is the, IMO. Good part of Horizon games.
What would you want out of a multiplayer Horizon?
Just kill things together.
I think something
like what if it was a Horizon like Battle Royale style game?
I wouldn't care for that.
I think the Monster Hunter formula is perfect for that. Just a little co-op with your friends, go out and collect parts off of monsters to be able to craft better stuff. Basically Monster Hunter, but with Horizon's combat. Cool with me.
Yeah, it's like, like if people did more of those kind of Monster Hunter games like Wild Hearts.
Exactly.
Wait a second.
That was a very good segue. Wild Hearts looks pretty damn dope.
It actually does, yeah. It's EA, I believe, that is making this one.
Yay. What's with this fucking gabagool? Yay.
I really like the quick building stuff that they have in there with the little random objects that you can jump on and fling at things and shoot stuff around.
Yeah, they basically were like, we'll take Monster Hunter and add Fortnite
and a little bit of Death Stranding.
In a bit of Death Stranding, we got ourselves a game.
You know what? Hey, you know what? There's a lot of games that take inspiration from a lot of other games, kind of thing, to make their game, and they turn out pretty good sometimes.
No, I mean, like I'm all for it. Like, dude, I want a game that mixes all these things together. I mean, maybe it'll make me like this style of game because I'm not the biggest Monster Hunter fan. But
yeah, same. I tried, man. I tried. Cool. I know Kenny's a big fan of Monster Hunter, at least World.
I started with World, and I played a lot of Rise, too, and I played a fucking shitload of Monster Hunter World with my friends. But yeah, I got totally sucked into that game. Love it. Love the Charge Blade.
I wonder if I would have more fun if I did that multiplayer, like the Monster Hunter games.
Oh, I'm sure.
Versus,
I'm almost completely positive. I mean, those games seem like they're completely built for it. Same with Wild Hearts, though. Looks like it'll be a more fun multiplayer
One of my favorite
game.
things about Monster Hunter World was how easy and like welcoming it is to play solo, because you can go in, you get to a monster, you can't kill it yourself, you just fire off a whistle and 3 guys jump in and just fuck the thing up with you.
Nice.
And then they're gone right after that. You don't have to talk to anybody. It's really cool that way.
That is neat. I like that. What about, it looks like CDPR is getting their footing a little bit again, and after they're done with this Phantom Liberty expansion. They have Witcher 4 planned. They've got a Cyberpunk sequel planned. They've got a new IP planned. They've got a bunch of different things planned to come out. So, has any faith been restored in CDPR since it seems like they've made good on finishing Cyberpunk?
I'm psyched to see a second Cyberpunk. I like the game a lot. I obviously did not live up to the expectations I had, or anybody in the world had, but still at the same time, it was a great game, and I think if they take things they learned and build on it, maybe even more RPG things instead of just your corpo background being like a 2-minute thing at the beginning and that's it. Stuff like that. I think a second game could be awesome. I'm excited for it.
Yeah. I've come to the realization that I'm just like I think they're a really good developing company, but I just don't like their games. I guess that's what I'm starting to realize, because I didn't care for the Witcher series either.
Fair enough. Well, guys, look. So if either of you had gotten points, I would have called it a tie, because there's no ties for wins. But you both got none, and so you both tied for loss.
Yes.
So you both lost.
Amazing.
Yep. Cheer sound. That's a news game. Got to take a second here because it's time to give a huge shout out to our incredible patrons. Darth Stridius, aptly dubbed, Cy wrote this, Ross Varner, Zach, huge thanks to you, Retro Game Brews, Spoof Shop Coordinator, Kyle Hovey, Lemons, Andrew Morris, Brandon Walls, Andy, aka Hobby Time 168, Isaac at Econo Mechanic, and the man, the myth, Emo-esque. We massively appreciate your support of the show. So from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much. You are truly Leet. Patrons of the Leetist can get access to all kinds of goodies from us, including show shout-outs, bonus episodes, experimental content, game transcripts, and whatever else we can think of. Your funds help us with upkeep, equipment upgrades, prizes and merch, pumpkin spice lattes, and more. For additional info about becoming a patron of the show, check out patreon.com/theleetist.
That's right. For just $1, you can get the show earlier than everybody else on Monday nights when I get done editing it. And for $3, you can get 30 extra minutes of Leetist every week as we do bonus content on the bonus Patreon. Everyone come join it. Have fun. Have a great time.
Thank you.
All right. I'm going to pull up a digital chair right this moment and welcome Ains from Seasoned Gaming. Ains, what's up, my brother?
What's going on, guys? Good to be here. How you guys doing?
I'm really psyched that you're here. I think we gave a call out to our patrons a while back and said, we get different creators on from Twitter, the gamer space, come play games with us, the industry, different people. And we said to our patrons, if there's any creators that you love, you want to have come on the show, let us know who it is. And our good friend and early patron Ross was like, Seasoned Gaming and The Leetist are my two favorite podcasts, so hit them up.
Yeah, he's been talking about this for a while, so I know we've been trying to coordinate it, so I've been looking forward to it, man. It should be a good time.
Excellent. Our trivia is pretty chill, but I might have some stumpers for you here, and one that's tuned specifically for you, I think. So,
oh boy.
Uh-oh. Which means it's not specifically for us, which means I am terrified.
That's true.
I hear tell that you are really popular with the Neo Geo.
Yes, I was a collector. This is a true story. I was in a East Coast, because I lived back on the East Coast at one point, East Coast Neo Geo collectors group.
Ooh.
Back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And yes.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Old school AIM chat and talking about some Neo Geo.
Yeah, a forum pretty much. Yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Whereabouts on the East Coast are you from?
So I've actually born on the West Coast, San Francisco. Then I lived most of my life on the East Coast, just outside of Philadelphia, in Delaware. And then now I live in Kansas City. So kind of been all three main points.
Okay, taking notes for the Q&A session here.
Out of the three, what's been your fave? Where do you like living?
So we wanted to get off the East Coast, so that was by design. I would say that I like it here the best, but we are actually looking to move to the Northwest. Washington State is where I want to live.
Ooh, okay, yeah. I got
Northwest Passage.
Man, I need to visit there. Like, I've always wanted to go to Washington. I've never been. But
it's gorgeous. Yeah, it's gorgeous.
I've heard good things.
Right
yeah,
on.
I like it. Mild weather, nice people. I mean,
yeah,
good place.
Well, we're going to chat with you about everything going on at Season Gaming and what you got over there in a moment. But first, we're going to put you to the test and put everyone to the test with our signature
hot seat
weekly trivia game called Are You Smarter Than a Leet Gamer? On a weekly basis, we strive to prove our superior gaming intellect. One of us will try to outsmart the rest with our own unique brand of gaming trivia. This week, it's me, Kenny, who shall present the categories and questions, and my co-hosts and our lovely guest here will bravely attempt to match wits. Here are the categories today.
Oh, gotta write these down.
Power of flops. Second one, Neo Geo antonyms.
Oh, Jesus.
So that's all you. So you have a whole category to yourself. That's neat.
I did do some studying earlier.
Who nobody listening is even going to know either. So,
And the third one is prepare to cruise.
Oh, no.
I'm doing something a little unconventional today, though. I am not going to have you guys pick categories. We're just going to go through these categories, starting with Power of Flops, and then we're going to do Neo Geo antonyms, and then we're going to do Prepare to Cruise. I have fashioned it in a way that I think this will work better. So say I.
Oh my God. He's changing the structure. I feel unsafe.
So I'm going to roll a die right now and see who goes first in Power of Flops. Okay, it is Tim who will go first.
Okay, I feel ready.
Here we go. Power of Flops. Question 1. These are just basically trivia questions with an answer. Nothing tricky about it.
Okay.
And it's about flops. Not
flops.
Not teraflops,
Like
but
teraflop? Oh.
No. In the wake of
My joke. No.
in the wake of Stadia going under this week, these are all about commercial failures and flops. The answer may be a game, it may be a game console. It's probably one or the other. Here we go.
Okay.
Number 1 for Tim. This multimedia machine, released in '93, was marketed as a family entertainment device and not just a game console. The refusal to reduce its price from $699.95 until almost the end of its life hampered sales.
1993?
Ooh.
Yep, looking for the name of a game console.
Game console that didn't go below $699 that released in 1993.
What studio would refuse to negotiate?
Sega Saturn.
That is incorrect. We'll move it on over to Ryan. This is stealable. Ryan.
Is it Sega CD?
No. Ains, do you know it?
the 3DO.
It is the Panasonic 3DO.
Oh, my
God.
God.
That was 1993. No shit.
Yep,
All right.
yep. There we go. So
I
that
bought one in '94 for like $300. I remember.
All right.
Jesus.
Next around the table will be Ryan. This Double Fine game featured the most metal voice actors ever, including Jack Black, Ozzy, Lemmy, and Tim Curry. Its October 2009 release saw it buried in a busy month, along with Uncharted 2, Arkham Asylum, and Modern Warfare 2.
Man, I never played this game, and it's a Brutal Legend.
Oh, yeah, you pulled it out. There you go.
I had to, I'm riffing just to get into my head of what it is, and then finally goes, oh, yeah, Brutal Legends. I never played it. Heard it was good, though.
There you go. Ains, it's over to you. And this is another console question. You did go with the first one. Let's see. This 2003 handheld was designed to combine a cell phone with a gaming console, mocked for its taco-like design. The sales were so poor that it dropped $100 within its first week.
The Nokia N-Gage.
The Nokia N-Gage.
Amazing.
Dude, I worked at GameStop when that shit came out. Oh, man.
All right. So far.
Oh, no.
Ains 2, Ryan 1, Tim 0. Let's even get a point, Tim.
Uh-huh.
I'll let you know, this is a tough one. I'm not sure I would have known this. Here we go.
Okay.
This Sonic game, a side-scrolling endless runner, developed for Android and iOS devices, launched in June 2015 and was discontinued in July 2016 by Sega, who was likely feeling blue about their commercial failure.
Oh, that's cute.
It was a Sonic Runner?
Yeah, I think it was like what was it? Joy
Sorry,
Pack
did you give an answer?
Ride? I don't know.
No, I'm asking you. I'm clarifying. It was a Sonic Runner?
A side-scrolling endless runner.
Oh. Sonic Run a Lot. I got nothing. I don't
sorry.
know. I don't know.
Ryan, you know it?
I'm just gonna go with general Sonic terms, so Sonic Dash.
Nope. Ains?
Sonic shouldn't be on mobile.
Tim, you know what's funny?
Yep.
What?
I thought you were answering because you said Sonic Runner. The name of the game is Sonic Runners.
Oh, get out of
I
here.
swear to God.
Can we just give him the fucking point, man? Give him the point.
No.
He was
I think that's all
clarifying
right.
what the genre was.
That's beautiful. I think that's beautiful.
I'm just going to put my sunglasses on now and hang out.
All right, Ryan.
All right.
Developed by Gearbox and published by 2K, this fourth main installment in a popular franchise holds the Guinness World Record for longest development of a video game at 15 years.
Fourth game in a series?
Fourth main installment in a popular franchise.
And Gearbox?
Developed by Gearbox, published by 2K.
Is that Borderlands? Oh my God, I can't remember the name of it. It's a Borderlands game. I don't know.
Ains, any clue?
Duke Nukem Forever.
Duke Nukem Forever!
Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh my God, how could I forget that jewel?
Oh, I finally had one. Son of a...
All right, this is the last one in Power of Flops. It goes over to
Oh, it's getting
Ains.
serious.
Ains, this one's for you.
Okay.
I remember this game coming up on an earlier episodes, and no one could remember the name, so good thing you got this one. Let's see. Mega Man creator KJ Inafune crowdfunded this action platform game that eventually released in 2016, but audience reception made it clear that this so-called Mega Man successor clearly did not rock, man.
I get it.
Oh God.
Oh man.
It was
I bought this game. Ugh.
I can see it in my head and I don't remember the damn name of it. It's God.
Take your time.
I'm not going to remember something Blue 7 or something like that. If it's the one I'm thinking of, but no, I don't remember it exactly.
Something Blue 7, not correct. Tim,
Yeah.
any clue?
No, man.
Okay, Ryan.
Unfortunately, it was Mighty Number 9.
Yeah,
Mighty number.
you pulled it
Hey,
up.
7,
Amazing.
9, whatever. You know.
Unfortunately, that was a thing.
You could
that
not pull that
happened.
name out a few episodes ago, so I wasn't sure if you're going to be able to do it this time. All right, next category, Neo Geo antonyms.
Oh my God.
So, what antonyms are, is I take the name of a video game, I take words from it,
antonym.
and turn them into antonyms. Example, death is normal would be what, Tim?
Life is strange.
Life is strange, but these are all Neo Geo games.
You are the devil.
I am the devil, but here's the thing.
My God.
Since I know Ains has a leg up here, I'm going to do something new in antonyms for Tim and Ryan. If you get one of the words right, I will give you a second guess, and I will tell you
Okay.
you got one word right.
Okay.
Got it?
But you won't say which word.
I will say which word.
I think you shouldn't say which word. That would make it more fun.
I think you should say which word. That would make it more fun.
How about I'll ask the first question, and we'll see how I feel when that happens.
Good thing this wasn't 25 years ago.
Tim, the first question, the first antonym, the peasant of pacifists.
King of fighting.
I'd give it to him. Give it to him. Give it to him. King of Fighter, right?
Yeah, okay,
King
you
of
can have it. King of
Amazing.
Fighters.
Give it to him.
Good
Oh,
job,
thank
Tim.
you so much, guys. I really appreciate it.
Dude, I don't think he knew King of Fighter at all. So I think that the fact that he got the anonyms for that, just give it to him, man.
Ryan. Harmless docile.
Harmless docile would be deadly. Deadly agent. I don't know.
No, neither are correct. Ains, any clue?
Damn it.
Harmless, docile would be, all right, popular Neo games. Fatal Fury.
Fatal Fury is correct.
Oh, good job.
Yeah, well done.
And I will just let you know that from now on, I'm not sure how many of these are popular.
That is a popular one. Yeah.
The first two, I'm pretty sure were. I don't know about
Well,
the rest.
Fatal Fury, it was on other consoles too, but yeah, it was
Yeah.
on. I guess it was on Neo Geo as well.
Yeah, it was made by SNK, Fatal Fury.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah.
that was a steal from Ryan, so this one goes straight back to Ains. Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Wet dream in the light.
What? Wet dream in the light.
And I will give you the hint that wet dream is going to be one word.
I only have one thought for what that could be,
Wet dream
but I have no idea if that's a Neo
Wet
Geo
dream.
game.
in the dark. Yeah, wet dreams really throwing me off.
Yeah.
'Cause
Did me
there's-
too way back in the day.
The only dream, well,
What would the opposite of a wet dream be?
a lucid dream.
I don't have a clue. I'll say Blazing Star, but I don't know.
Tim.
What's the wet dream in the light?
Mm-hmm.
No, in the
Nightmare in the dark.
Nightmare in the dark is correct, Tim.
Oh, really?
Yes, it is.
Why is a wet dream the opposite of a nightmare?
Well, I
You've
mean,
never had a wet dream from a nightmare?
exactly.
That's how I only get them. Come on, man.
What else is the opposite of a nightmare?
A dream?
A
Daymare.
nice dream.
Why is it gotta be? Why is it gotta be wet?
Why you gotta be wet, bro?
I don't think I've ever heard of that game before.
Nightmare in the dark. Well, yeah. To be fair,
Oh no! Don't get me wrong. I have not either.
to be fair, I'm
Neither. None of us have.
It's a list of 170 Neo Geo games, and I have no clue which ones are super popular. So I made these kind of gettable, even though Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Tim, back to you.
Clearly. What's up?
Yellow's immobility.
Yellows. Brave movement.
No.
Wait.
Ryan.
Yellow?
Yellow's immobility. Yellow with an apostrophe S.
Oh, I get. He's going yeller. So he's like, oh,
What's wrong
yeah,
with you?
yella.
What-
Am I?
Yeah,
What's going on,
yeller.
McFly? Are you yellow?
Yeah, yella. Yellow. So the opposite of yellow. I'm trying to think if I'm thinking about my color spectrums.
That's
purple.
Yep.
Is purple?
Yeah. The
I'm
opposite of
sure.
yellow on the spectrum is purple.
Is it really purple?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
I learned something today. All right. And what was the other word?
Immobility.
Purple movement.
Ains? Any clue, Ains?
Not even a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a clue. No, nothing.
According to Google, the opposite of yellow on the spectrum is blue. And this answer is Blue's Journey.
Wait, is blue,
Well, that's
yellow, and green, or is
that's a
that
dirty
purple?
Dirty lie from Google.
That's right.
I actually believe
I like
Tim.
the idea that you went onto Google and you probably typed in opposite of blue. And Google spat out yellow.
It was in big bold letters at the top of the page.
But honestly, like I'm picturing like the wheel, right? The color wheel, and I think like Tim's answer makes sense. Purple does like seem like it would be the opposite of yellow.
Ryan, parallel shields.
Well, if this goes with what we were talking about earlier today, so shield would be swords.
Parallel.
Parallel would be perpendicular swords.
You got one right. You want to take a second guess?
What a great name for a game.
Perpendicular swords is the best game I've ever played. What are you talking about?
Swords is correct. Would you like to give it another go?
Oh, yeah, sure. Parallel. Vertical sword. I don't know.
Ains, any clue?
Cross swords.
Crossed sword.
Well
Amazing.
done.
Oh, cool. I have no idea what these games are.
Can I just go back real quick to this last question about the opposite of yellow?
Oh, I'm sure you're going to correct me. Go ahead.
No. This is great.
Okay.
Okay, so you're absolutely right.
Okay.
It's at the top of Google. It does. You type into
No
opposite
shit.
of blue into Google. It says yellow,
No.
and then right below that it says its complementary color, or the color that sits directly opposite blue on the color wheel, is orange.
So we're all wrong. I have no clue.
Wait,
No, we're not all wrong.
The more you learn.
We weren't talking about blue. We were talking about. Never mind. All right, moving on.
Last one in Neo Geo antonyms goes to Ains.
Uh-oh.
Extinguished peace.
Okay, so that would be extinguished. So fire or something? Peace. War? I would assume it means war. What has war? I don't remember anything with war. Neo. Oh boy.
although Fire War is one of my favorite games as well. Along with Perpendicular Swords, Fire War comes in second.
Oh God, man, no, I have no idea. I'll say not NAM 75.
Hey, Tim.
What's the question again?
Extinguished peace.
Like PEACE.
Yes.
Oh, that was a good
Extinguished.
distinguisher there.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was, yeah.
Could have been
I just
like
assumed.
a piece of something.
Extinguished. Burning War.
Burning is correct, Tim, but you did not get the second word. Give it another shot.
Oh, man. Burning Battle sounds kind of lame.
Yeah, but you could be like, yo, did you get BB yesterday? Oh, yeah. I played
no.
BB.
I wouldn't talk like that, first of all.
Now you would. Don't lie to yourself,
Burning Fighter.
I'll give you Burning Fighter. It's Burning
Amazing.
Get
Fight.
out of here.
It is Burning Fight.
Oh, my God. I have gotten both of my points this round completely on accident.
And as we go to prepare to cruise, the last category, we're going to start at Tim again since that was a steal. And prepare to cruise is also known as Tom Cruise movie, game, or both.
Oh, God.
Oh my God.
So your answer will be Tom Cruise movie, game, or both. These are
I
games.
love this game.
Games-
We've done this with... Who's we done this so far? We've done this with Sylvester Stallone
And Schwarzenegger.
and Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay. Excellent.
These are games as verified on the Internet Game Database, IGDB, and movies as verified on the Internet Movie Database.
I
Wait,
bet
what
Nick
is
Cage would be a good one for
IGDB?
this.
IGDB is an Internet Game Database.
There's an IGDB. Okay, did not know that.
Absolutely. So I will remind you that if the game happens to have the same name as a Tom Cruise movie and they're not related, the answer would be both. Or if they made a game from the movie, the answer would also be both.
Okay.
You on the same page? Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is a press your luck category. We're going to go around the table. Tim's going to answer. You can get up to 3, meaning he's going to get one. If he gets it right, you can say, I'm going to press my luck and try to go for 2, and then you can go for 2. If he gets it wrong, he loses all his points. You can get up to 3, and then it'll pass off the next person if you can get 3 in a row. Can you? I don't know. Here we go, Tim. Cocktail.
Please
I just
let
gotta
that be a
say,
game.
Kenny, your game show voice is just getting better and better. This is
He's
just absolutely
slowly
classic.
but surely transforming into some sort of beast of a game show host.
Let's go with both.
It's just a movie.
Oh,
Ryan.
God, I really wish it was a game, though. I think that would be awesome. You could have like quick time events where you're throwing
for
the
sure.
things up in the air and you're trying to catch it. Oh my God, that would
Apparently
be
there
amazing.
are arcades known as cocktail-style arcade cabinets, which are like, I guess, like 4, like in a cross kind of pattern that you can sit around the table and play different arcades. Yeah, so that confused me. Ryan, Collateral.
Collateral, as we all know, is both.
That is correct. Would you like to
Amazing.
press your luck?
Yes.
Colony Wars.
ugh.
Is a game.
Correct, Ryan. Would you like to
Amazing.
press your luck and try to get the right pie?
Fuck no. I'm good. I'll
Wise choice.
stay.
Ryan banks his 2 points. I will also say that Collateral, the video game, is about flying an armored taxi in a cyberpunk future. And it has nothing to do with Collateral, the movie, which also involves
But it still
a
has the
taxi.
taxi cab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting, huh?
Neat. I actually
like
really
it.
like the movie Collateral, or if you haven't seen it. That's a good
movie.
one.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like it. Yep.
Ains, War of the Worlds.
Both.
Both is correct.
Amazing.
Would you like to press your luck?
Of course. Come on.
Taps.
Taps.
TAPS taps.
Can I ask a clarifying question?
Sure.
Are you referring to Tapper?
No.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I'm in trouble.
Well, that's taps. There you go.
Damn. Let's go.
I like
with,
how you just played taps in minor.
Let's go with Tom Cruise movie.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise movie is correct.
Oh
Amazing.
my God.
That's 2 points for you. Do you want to bank them or go for one more?
Oh, we got to get all three. Come on.
Oh my God. Okay. Risky business.
Was that you just saying what he's doing?
It was me saying that, and the question happens to also be risky business.
Would have been perfect if that's what you were just saying.
That timing worked out really well. Movie.
Correct. 3 points.
Amazing.
Let's go.
Slaying it. Slaying
my
it.
Oh
God.
my
Slaying
God.
it.
You know what? I'm just happy to be here.
See, I'm in a pickle because I haven't saved up enough yet to retire.
I'm investing right now.
Tim.
What?
Days of Thunder.
It feels like that'd be something they would have made into a game as well. So I'm gonna, or maybe it was based off of, hell, I don't know, both.
Both. It was an NES
Amazing.
game. Good for you.
Okay, all right.
Press
Yeah, it would make a really good
let's
like
push it.
racing game. Yeah,
Rain Man.
definitely
no.
a game. Definitely a game.
Oh no. Well, I mean, that almost sounds like it would be a good game title,
One Night to Whopper.
but the content I don't think would make a good game. So I'm gonna go with movie.
Correct.
Amazing.
God. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's push it.
Come on. Gotta
All right,
go.
here we
Gotta
go. Minority Report.
I think Minority Report was just a movie.
It was a game.
You have
as
lost
well.
your points, Tim.
Oh, no.
Oh,
It
I
was
remember that shitty
a
game.
PlayStation 2 game.
Oh, I remember it.
I hate you guys.
All right. There's 3 more of these left. How many more of you will get points? Who knows? Let's go to Ryan. Dead or Alive?
Dead or Alive is both.
No, it's just a video game.
No, there's a Dead or Alive movie.
Not a Tom Cruise movie.
Fact checker.
Oh shit! I keep fucking forgetting that Tom Cruise is involved in this somehow.
He's so excited about it. He's clipping out.
Wait, yeah. Hold on, you're breaking my brain right now.
Trying to force Tom Cruise into this movie somehow.
Dead or Alive is an old Peter Jackson movie, believe it or not.
Wow. No, I did not know
Yeah,
that.
it's definitely a movie.
I
Yeah.
believe you.
Apparently, there's also another one with Jamie Presley in it.
Yeah, it was awful, but like it's blowing my mind that I'm like, wait, no, it has to have Tom Cruise. Shit. Okay.
Ains.
Oh, Dead Alive.
Dead Alive. That's what I was
Dead
thinking of.
Alive.
Sorry.
Okay.
Ah, there you go. Ains Mission Impossible.
It's got to be both, right?
It's got to be both.
Gotta
There's
be
no way
both.
that's not both.
Ah, Nintendo
Amazing.
64 and PS1. You are correct.
Yeah.
All right, one last one in the whole game. Do you want to push your luck for it?
Of course.
It is Young Guns.
That is a game only.
That is a movie only.
Ooh.
Oh, movie. No, wait.
It doesn't matter because you have totally wiped the floor. and,
Wait. Tom Cruise isn't in Young Guns.
I think he is because I did this on the Internet Movie Database, like I said.
Oh, hold on.
No, Tom Cruise is not in Young Guns. I promise
Young
you.
Guns. Hold on.
I know he's not in the main cast because I'm familiar with the movie, but
Young Guns.
Unless it's a different movie.
Oh, this is amazing. This makes it even better. I've got something here I just saw. Tom Cruise was in one of the shootouts in which his character was killed. The actor was on set accidentally and asked to be in the film because he had never
gotta
taken
be-
part
Oh
in a Western movie. And he was,
God.
this is amazing. And he was really excited to try. Oh my
I'm
God.
calling shenanigans. I'm calling shenanigans on this.
I
What a
love that.
kangaroo court over here.
if you don't remember his credit in this movie, he was henchman shot off the roof, uncredited.
You gotta be shitting me.
This is not a joke. Like growing up, I watched that movie probably 50. Like it's one of my favorite movies of all time. So I was like, "There's no Tom Cruise isn't in it." So
hold on, I gotta find the. I'm gonna YouTube his death scene.
I have never heard that before, though. I've never heard that before. That's crazy.
Hopefully, they include like a Wilhelm scream when he gets shot off the roof.
That's the bonus deep trivia you have to know here at the Leetist podcast.
No doubt. Wow.
That's the kind of accidental deep trivia you'll find on occasion at the Leetist podcast.
That's amazing.
Oh my god.
That will be Tim at 3 points, Tim at 3 points, Ryan at 4 points, and Ains at 8 points.
Oh my
God.
Nice.
I posted in the Leet Gamer Brain Trust our Tom Cruise and John Bon Jovi Young Gun cameos.
Oh,
John
great.
Bon Jovi is in that movie as well.
I almost want to stop this right now just to go watch that. Not really.
Well, I got sufficiently spanked, and that's, you know what? That's okay. Sometimes it's good to be, humbled a little bit.
We like to be humbled here.
That was a rough one for the week, but, what are you gonna do?
That was good, though. Thank you, Kenny.
fun.
Much appreciated. All right, so you're hanging out with here today, and again, we really appreciate you being here with us. Why don't you go ahead and tell us a brief history of your work in the gaming world? Where you started and what you're up to now.
Yeah, sure, guys. So no, it's been a blast, guys. So thank you for having me on.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Season Gaming was born out of where to start here. So founded it late 2015, really didn't kind of do anything with it until late 2016. And it was really born out of the idea that I've been gaming a long time. That's where the Season Gaming comes from. I'm an older guy and grew up, with the Atari era and everything in between. And basically what I saw is, I grew up with as many of us did, right? With all the old school gaming magazines and just loving all things gaming, regardless of the platform, regardless who made it, just loving gaming. And
sure,
what I started to see as the internet and kind of social media culture grew and YouTube grew is that I just kind of got disgruntled, if you will, with the state of coverage of games. As you guys know, I'm not one of the guys at Season Gaming kind of quotes it as monetizing outrage, right? It's like you have to be angry about something and you make negativity videos. And I didn't like that at all. So the idea behind Season Gaming was to originally create a blog, which turned into obviously a site and channel and other things that really kind of brought back just a love for gaming, all things gaming, no matter the platform, no matter if it's a high rated game or not, just things that, things people like to play and love. And so that's how it was born. And it's been a passion of mine since, and it's obviously grown. When I first started it, it was just me, and I brought on a good friend of mine named Bert, who I ran it with. If you go back and watch our early videos and early kind of coverage up through like E3 2018 and through 2019, it was really just him and I. And then really I kind of blossomed it out to bring on new contributors, and it's just, it's grown. It's grown quite a bit. So the whole idea behind it, though, is it's more of like a collective, right? We don't monetize anything. There's no ads on the site. There's no ads on our YouTube videos. In fact, I joke all the time that running Season Gaming actually costs me money.
Right. Yeah.
And the reason is it's not about the money for me, and it's not about clicks, and it's not about any of that, because I wanted it to be more pure in the sense of as soon as you start monetizing content and you need to get a certain amount of clicks or you need to get a certain amount of visitors, the content has to change, in my opinion.
Sure.
And I've talked to a lot of people in the industry about this, and, credit to all the people out there who do content creation. As you guys know, it's not easy. It takes a lot of time. But I always wanted it to just be a more passion thing and for the love of gaming rather than to be about money. And so that's what we do. And, people who write for Season Gaming, I kind of vet them, obviously, and it's a core group of people that have long histories in gaming and kind of don't have any bias or negativity. And we just love to talk games and write about games. And, it's kind of become a beast of its own. It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort and money to manage, but it's rewarding at the same time.
It's interesting because it seems like gaming culture kind of requires people to stand out by being, controversial and to really like put out these just like flame wars and like create these flame wars and then make money off of that kind of thing at the same time. I really like on your show when I've listened to Rick in particular stands out to me because he's contentious, but he's not like a jerk about it kind of thing.
Exactly, yes.
And I really appreciate that. At the same time, when I listen to you, I mean, you kind of remind me of Kenny actually a lot as a host because me and Ryan get hyper into it sometimes, and
What?
I kind of we kind of
challenge
do.
you, sir.
And I hear you put out these great subject discussions, and it almost feels like I'm hearing like Mills Lane, like let's get it on, with the other guys on your on your show. I really really love that.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, Bitcast has been funny. Another thing that's evolved a ton. So believe it or not, Bitcast I started in 2017, and it was just me and Bert. And I don't hide this from anyone. You can go back and look at Bitcast 1 on our channel from then, and it is hilarious because of how bad it is.
Yeah.
It's just, we didn't know what we were doing. There's actually, I've said this on many shows, there's actually a Bitcast 0 that is not published. In fact, I only published it for patrons recently as a joke.
Holy crap.
This sounds very, very similar.
Jesus Christ, we did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
We did the exact same thing.
It's great, isn't it? Like you reflect back on that and you're like, oh my God. Like you can see me stumbling over words and I don't look at the camera. It's a mess.
I think that honestly, all podcasts should do this. Go back to their first episode and do a remake of it for an episode. And
That's a good
see
idea.
what a remake would be for your episode.
How it would feel different and stuff
Can
like
I
that.
charge
Sure.
$70 for it? Or?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Because that's the world I live in now.
Yeah, we I think in like 2019, 2020, something like that, we put up a video of Bitcast outtakes. And it's just like 3 minutes of us screwing up, just all kinds of stupid stuff. But anyway, it started as me and Bert, and we're friends in real life. And he just kind of came aboard as, again, passionate about gaming. And Bert had some personal stuff I've talked about before, late 2019, early 2020, and he had to kind of leave Season Gaming. And so that caused me to rethink things. And so at the time, we had just brought Dan on a little bit earlier that year. And so for a short while, it was actually just me and Dan. And, I would get guests here and there. And then over the past 2 years, as it's evolved, I kind of became friends with Travis and got to know him more. And he seemed like a good fit. And then obviously this year we added Rick as well. And I honestly, guys, I think it's just blind luck that we've kind of merged into kind of the foursome that we are. I really do believe that it creates a unique show that, is kind of, we don't aim to be like, the most entertaining show, but I think we are one of the more insightful shows just because of the experience, especially that Rick can provide, Travis can provide, and I can provide in our different kind of areas of expertise. So it's been a lot of fun.
Oh, absolutely! It was Rick that guided me personally. I was out for a run. I was listening to your show, and it was the episode when Rick first mentioned Arcade Paradise.
Oh yeah,
which very quickly turned into my favorite game.
Oh, man.
And then I on the next episode said, "Oh my God, guys!" So I was listening to Season Gaming, and I heard them talk about this game, Arcade Paradise, and you all have to try it. And we all became obsessed with it for about a solid month. Like
it is
holy
definitely a Game of the Year contender for me right now, honestly.
That's
and I really
awesome.
do love that aspect of your show too, because it's actually kind of hard to find, passionate hosts that are trying out new things and trying out like a plethora of different games and just giving like opinions on it. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be somebody that you agree with. That's how I feel about critics and stuff like that. You don't have to agree with them. You just have to know what their voice is. And then if you like them, you enjoy listening to them, you can know exactly what they're saying when they say, well, I didn't like this game because X. You can know that, I actually kind of like X, but I know this guy and I know his opinion kind of thing. So that's okay if he doesn't like X and I do kind of thing. So I'm really enjoying that and getting to know your whole panel.
That's awesome. And yeah, we've talked obviously offline about that, and that's kind of where Rick's thing of like reasonable minds can differ come in really well, right? And you're right, Rick he's very opinionated, and he can be kind of confrontational, but it's not in a negative way. He just honestly likes a good discussion. Sure. And I think what the problem we have in a lot of our interactions daily, especially in the social space, is like as soon as someone counters you, people get defensive. And it's like then you have to attack back or you have to kind of come back, and that's not what it's about. So he's been really good as a balance of allowing us to have kind of passionate discussions that are still respectful. And I love those guys to death. We've all become really close. And then you combine, Travis obviously plays a lot of different games and reviews for IGN, so he gets the kind of exposure and things that he brings. And then, obviously I play a ton of different games and review things as well. And Dan, we always joke is like Dan's like the everyman. So Dan is really great at offering kind of viewpoints that we may not be thinking about. And yeah, it's come together really well. So between Bitcast growing substantially, especially this year, and then Season Gaming's grown every year actually since 2016. And it's at a point now where, kind of it's really, really hard to grow a gaming site, especially if you don't want to do the clickbait thing. Sure. It's been a slow but steady increase. And I'm really happy that we've grown to what we've become while still aligning with kind of the ideals I had back 5-6 years ago now.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, and I honestly am a big fan of the show, and I'm looking forward to I look forward to all your episodes now, and I really appreciate all the content you guys create. I got one little curiosity question, and the answer might just be no, and then we'll move on, and that's totally fine.
Okay.
The honest gaming journalism that you've touched on and everything, that tag really stood out to me, and I know there's like this broad idea that there's a lot of clickbait and there's a lot of like BS kind of thing in the gamer space. But I was curious if there was like any instances in particular that stand out to you or experiences that you had, that said like, this is something I need to focus on. Like I've had enough. This was the straw.
Oh, so like something that put me over the edge to start Season Gaming, or do you mean like something that jumped out to me as a really negative thing?
Yeah. Well, the reason I want to clarify, I just want to clarify real quick, is like since we started the Leetist, we've latched on to some gaming communities, and we haven't really been super exposed to negativity. I don't know if we're sheltered, if we just happen to latch on to the retro community, because that's pretty positive community.
I could go to 4chan, dude. We can get some shit.
That's true. But I could imagine it being pretty quick if we were to, branch out in different directions to kind of experience the things that other people are experiencing that kind of have that same philosophy that you do. That's just like, oh my God, there's so many people that are trying to be dicks all the time about everything. And I was just kind of curious if there was anything that you saw out there, like specific instances that you saw that you're just like, oh my God, I've had enough of this.
Yeah, I think it's hard, and I think it depends on the kind of content too, because like you guys, I could name several shows that I really kind of appreciate for what they do, and they're what I would call kind of honest or genuine, right? But I think the thing that drives me most crazy, maybe this is a better answer, because you can go all the way to the other end of the spectrum, which is the people who literally just create videos or articles to get a response. Right. Sure. And you see that I call out Kotaku all the time. They've been one of the worst offenders for years. And you see it in some of the sites that have been sold off now. So like the Polygons of the world are just, they're all about media clicks now. And, it's sad to see. And that's what drives me crazy. But I think the ones that actually annoy, like those are known quantities to me. It's like, okay, I literally have them muted. I don't even see them. I don't deal with them. I don't want to hear from them. But I think the ones that really kind of annoy me even more than that are the ones that try to walk a fake line, where it's like, they'll put something out that they know is controversial, and then when someone says it's controversial, they're like, no, I was just trying to say X, Y, and Z. And you see this on Twitter a lot, where someone will post something they know it's going to generate a response. They know exactly what they're doing. But they do it to try and get that engagement. And that just drives me bonkers. And you see that on social media. You see that on some sites. You see that on some shows. And I've talked to people that I have respect for that do it. And it kind of goes back to what I said, where some of these people are required for their living and for their income to get engagement, right? They have to do it, and they don't like to do it necessarily, and they try to walk the cleanest line they can, but they're still walking that line. And every time I look at what Season Gaming is, and I see I think we saw yesterday or the day before, Fandom bought 8 sites. And then 2 weeks ago, we saw layoffs across 3 different old school gaming sites. And every time I see that, right, it's just, I honestly am thankful that I've kept it the way I have. And I'm fortunate, very fortunate, that I have a good career and I make good money, in my professional career, that I can do this without having to resort to that stuff.
You're absolutely right, man. I mean, honestly, what it really comes down to is the gaming podcasting or gaming YouTubing or Twitch or what have you is such, it's just a large, broad spot for a lot of entertainers. And it's really hard for people to come in with kind of a message that's like, hey, I'm coming with a positive gaming message and kind of a positive entertainment for you, and to not have that controversial stance, it's hard to get that kind of leg in, because a lot of people want to have something to go, oh, that's that person that said that. I want to hear what they have to say. Exactly. People want spicy, and it's hard to, I mean, we all know this. I mean, how many video game podcasts are there, and how do you stay relevant to what people are wanting to listen to? What's your niche? What are you doing? A lot of people just do video game news. Some people talk about, the video game reviews or what have you. Ours has always been at the core playing games about games, being trivia based. And I swear, dude, I've done research. I haven't seen any podcasts that were doing that out there, and it's still hard to get a foot in there. As well,
we should make way more games where we're really putting out controversial statements. I
guess that's what we really need to do, because at the end of the day, it is a tough. If you're doing this for money, you're not going to make money. It's hard. You stop. You're not going to make money off this unless
they will, because that's the thing, and they've got. I think that the point is that, the people that are trying to make living and try to make money off of this is they are almost required by the entertainment industry to be disruptive and to, get clicks, and that's how they're going to at least start getting attention, and, of course there's people who are going to take it too far. So I can appreciate, I've established now just in this conversation, a deeper appreciation of somebody who's, able to self-sustain as well as make content, kind of thing, because I think that's really separated in a way from people that are trying to sustain on creating content.
It's also really refreshing and not super common, where it's not being platform specific at all and just celebrating games on every platform, because so much of that wars and fiery debates and toxicity going on Twitter, it's console war stuff. It happens every time something comes out. It's there's so much of it is console war, and we're just here, Season Gaming is just hey, we're playing everything, and here's what we're having good times with.
We're celebrating the hobby that we love.
100%, guys. I mean, you've touched on kind of the core things that pull at me, from the inside. It's there's a lot of stuff I see get published by sites where it's I knew that, or I could publish that right now and probably get a bunch of clicks on it, but that's not, I don't want to, you know what I mean? That's just not what we want to put out there. And shows are the same way. And I know it can be depressing for us and other shows I talk to who are smaller, where it's you'll put out what you feel is a fantastic show, and you do, like you said, you have your smaller group of loyal listeners who give you nothing but compliments, and you get 100 views on it, and then you see someone that has 1,000 live viewers on their show just talking about, Sony's dead. And it's oh God, you know what I mean? It's depressing, but it's a challenge. It's a challenge, but you're right. I think the loyal part was key, because as we've grown, right, the friendships I've made, the people I've gotten to know, our Discord now, we have a pretty, it's a small community again, but again, very active on our Discord that just talks games and news all day. And there's no fanboy stuff. There's no arguments. There's no debates. There's no yelling. You know what I mean? And that's how our comments are. If you watch, our Big Cast Live, our comments are like just a good place to hang out and talk about games. And every once in a while, we'll get someone in there who's spouting off, and I'll just I have stopped the show before and said, look, we don't do that here. There's plenty of other shows for you. Go somewhere else. Like,
oh my God,
I don't have time.
How do
for
you do that? I want to do that. You can do that?
Of course you can. Someone insulted Dan like 2 weeks ago, like mid-show. He's like, "How is Dan on the show?" And he's an idiot. And I banned him right away. Like, I banned him from the entire channel. Like, you're gone. I don't need to hear from you.
Yeah, I mean, like we don't owe you anything, really. We're here to just be a part of this kind of conversation in this community, and this community should be a positive community. And if there's negativity or people spouting off and saying, hey, I don't like this person, I don't like their views, whatever, it's like, yeah, we don't. Who cares? You're one in a billion, 100 billion people in the world. I don't fucking care.
There's about 100 billion. I think you're right.
Yeah.
But that's the point, right?
That's not trivia. That's not trivia.
There are so many podcasts, and there's so many podcasts that are specific to platform. And there's obviously, if you're that type of person who only engages with one platform, then by all means, go watch one of those million shows. Or you want to hear people just spout, basically repeat back to you what you believe every week. Fine, go do that. That's not what we're about. And I think that devolves the conversation online as well, right? Like, I can't tell you how many times, because, I kind of got well known in the Xbox community because I wrote some articles that were well regarded and shared by Xbox execs. And I've been to FanFest and I've spoken to the Xbox execs. And so Xbox is a big passion of mine. And I make no secrets about that, right? But that doesn't mean I have any negativity towards PlayStation or Nintendo. I mean, these are core to my upbringing, right?
Yeah.
And there are those people out there that just can't reconcile that. They literally watch all these shows and they listen to these people speak where it's a war every day, like in their mind. And then when you try to come at it from a realistic angle, they get offended, or they try to counter you. And it's like, look, you're living in a fantasy world. And I don't live in a fantasy world.
Well, a lot of people thrive on it's attention. It's all they want is attention. And that's why they do it. They do it so they can get people to comment or, emote or do whatever to be able to get that attention. I mean, that's all it really is. So you don't give them the time of day, right? You go, well, you don't like one of our people that are on our show that's contributing and doing a really good job. Fuck you, you're out. I mean, it's just like a club of a person, disrupting the club or whatever. You bouncer, fuck them, get him out.
Yeah, no, it's exactly. Right, I don't have any patience for it. Like, it's not worth my time. And people, like, it's funny. I've had some horrible things. I mean, 95, actually more than that, probably 99% of my interactions on social media, they're very curated in the sense of, like I said, we have a really nice community and that's taken years to develop. But the benefit of that is the interactions I have online are almost all positive. And when I do get someone who, spouts off at me or says something negative, and I have had some horrible things said to me, I just ignore it. It's like water off it's nothing to me. Like, I don't think those people understand. I think they're so used to getting a reaction off of people that the best thing you can do, right, is just suck the oxygen. You just don't respond to them. I never respond to those people. And I think that annoys them. But to me, like, and this is a funny statement, but they genuinely don't understand how little they matter to me. Like, you can say,
I love that.
This is not a joke, and I don't mean to take this to a dark place, but I literally had someone tell me, I forget what I've reviewed something, I don't know what it was, and said that they said to me on Twitter, I hope you end up dead like your son.
Oh my God.
And I was, you see that, and you just, like, the first response, and of course, like, a bunch of people jumped on him in my defense.
But I mean,
I just said, like, I never responded to him, and I other people reached out to me and said, you okay? And I'm like, I'm fine, guys. Like, it's okay. Like, these people, like, again, they don't understand how inconsequential their comments are to me for people that behave that way. You can say anything you want. It's never going to affect me.
I do admire that. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's not worth your carbon dioxide, man.
No,
Breathing
it's not
out
worth
that
my
shit.
time at all.
It's not worth your time to fucking breathe that shit out and talk to someone who's worthless to you anyways. What the fuck do you care?
Ryan's so feisty.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, that specifically irks me a little bit. Is like if someone knows something personal or something about you that they're going to use against you in that fashion. That's a level that's like, oof, man.
That's about the worst place you can take it. But,
Yep.
my first thought is, I have a great life. I'm happily married. I love my, I have no complaints about my life. And the first thing that I think is, damn, how sad is that person's life? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, imagine
sure.
what they're going through every day to go out to someone online you don't even know and say something so horrible. Like, God, man, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry your life is that bad.
Yeah.
Well, I think I found somebody. If you're looking for anybody for mentorships or anything, just hit us up. I think I'd be absolutely interested in that sort of thing. I really look up to your philosophy. I really look up to your whole show's philosophy and everything. And I hope we do a good path of emulating that. As we move on with our own show.
Oh, thank you, man.
Do you want to shout out where people can find your stuff before we get to this last quick game, if you got time for it?
Yeah. I mean, really, honestly, I tell people just look up Season Gaming. It's the nice thing about the site now is everything that we do is there, right? So we do obviously the Bigcast and all the info's there on our podcast. We have merch, and all of our merch, I donate all of the profits, 50-50 split to Special Effect and Able Gamers. So I have partnerships with both of those charities, gaming charities, where I donate all the profits to them because they're deserving of it.
Awesome.
We have a thing called Good in Gaming, so I'll shout that out real quick, which is more of an initiative where we focus on aspects of the gaming community and good work that people are doing around positivity. It could include battles against toxicity, accessibility, just things like that. So it's a bunch of articles that we've written based on life experiences, how video games help with depression, how women face toxicity in gaming. So all of that kind of stuff is bucketed under our Good in Gaming initiative. So if I think those things are very important to report out on too. And you don't see enough of that because it's not a lot of people click on it, to be honest with you. But I still think it's important to do. So we focus on that as well. But you can find all that at just seasongaming.com.
Right on. SeasonGaming.com, jumping off point for everything. Season Gaming and Ains. Ryan has one last game to play real quick. Quicker one than I did, I think. Do you have a name for this game, Ryan?
Yeah, we'll call it Auction Up.
Auction Up.
Auction Up. Closest to the pin edition.
35 down, 40, 40, now 5
Auction Up.
5 down, third off the 3 on the 45 down, third off the 6. Sold 45, sold 45 on it.
So basically, this game is going to be close to the pin. The way it's going to work is it's simple as this. I went through and found these games that sold at auction at high values. Ooh. And I just want you guys to see if you can get closest to the value that it actually sold to.
Oh, okay.
What we'll do is we'll just go around. So, we'll have Ains start, then, Kenny, then Tim. And then switch it up. And then whoever got closest, we'll say, I don't care about without going over. Like, I'm not doing
closest
prices.
to the pin. Yeah.
Just closest. I guess close to the pin doesn't care if it's over. So, that's right. Close to the pin.
We're all learning and growing together here.
Yeah.
That's what I like about the show.
I will say this, though, that these games are very high priced. And so I'm going to give you a range. That each game is going to be no more above or, no less above. So that way you're kind of at least not shooting in the dark here.
All right.
So our first game went to auction, Contra for the Nintendo Entertainment System. It was no more than $160,000 and no less than $100,000.
Oh boy!
So it was between $100,000 and $160,000. Ains, how much do you think that game sold for at auction?
God, this is like a sealed, rated one, right? I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
What do they call? What is that?
Pristine?
No, hold on.
It's the like Weta or
oh my
it
god,
has
what
a
is
name.
it called?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no.
That's a
God
trivia
dang it.
question in itself. I don't even know.
Oh no, I'll find it. Yes, and I'll find it.
While he's doing that, I have no clue. So I'm gonna go. My favorite number is 3, so I'm gonna say 133,000.
133 is your guess. Okay.
You know what's funny? My favorite number is 36. I'm going to say 136,000.
136. Okay. 133 for Ains. 136 for Kenny.
My favorite
$1.
number. My favorite number isn't in this range. Let's go.
Is it not?
Let's go with 105. I'm gonna be the jagoff that goes like far away.
105,000. Would you believe that Contra for the Nintendo Entertainment System, probably in pristine condition and amazing, sold for $150,000?
Hey!
Jesus,
Good Lord.
That would be Kenny with a point.
Thank God.
Getting closest to that, but man,
that was luck.
I mean, all of these are going to be shots in the dark.
all of these are going to be shots in the dark. That's why we call it closest to the pin. All right, so we're going to start. Kenny, you'll start this bidding off and then going on from there. But
let's hear it.
The original Twisted Metal for the PlayStation, made by our friend David Jaffe, is no more than 160,000 again, and no less than 100,000 again. So 100,000 to 160,000, starting with you.
Okay,
Kenny.
I'm going to do the exact same thing and say 136,000.
136 for Kenny. Tim.
137.
137. That's fair. That is fair. That's Price is Right style, baby.
Well then,
Oh no.
Well then, I will go 101.
Oh, you went the wrong way. It was $156,000.
Wow.
I gotta go call my mom.
Oh my god. That is exactly how you play Price is Right, by the way. So that's how you gotta play the game. That's why you never want to be the first to bid, because it always sucks.
Okay, so both of these have been
Fair.
similar so far. Interesting.
Yep. In fact, we're gonna put the range in the same points for this next one. A pristine, rated very high Super Mario Brothers 3 for the NES, between
Between how much?
100,000 and 160,000.
Oh wow. Okay.
How much?
I'm kind of surprised. Like that's it. Like that's all.
Really? For
original
Super Mario
Mario
Brothers 3? I
mean, that
I
game
actually
is-
was surprised when I saw this value. I'm like, wait, what?
I would think it would be more than the other two, but what do I know?
3?
I don't know. Some games have been up there for like millions or something like that, haven't they?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, then I don't know. I have like zero frame of reference.
Yes, some of
Okay.
them have sold for millions.
I'll go 155.
155.
Wow, that's
Right,
what I was
Ains.
gonna say.
You could
great
try
minds
to
and
try to
such.
bust it.
I'll
Try to
go 150.
150.
Okay.
I think this is going to be some weird thing where for some reason it's less than the others, and I'm going to say 140.
Super Mario Brothers 3 sold for $156,000.
Oh my god!
Tim, you almost got it right. I would have given you a bonus point if you got it right on the money.
I would think so.
In fact, that's how the
right.
game works. Anyways,
Yeah, Mom, I just got another one.
I'm so proud of you, honey. I'm in Vegas right now. We're about to watch the Tiger Guys. All right. Who's starting this one? I forgot.
Play with the cock and balls.
I'm playing with the cock and balls.
Oh my God. Okay. Was that what was their names? The Vegas show reference? Is that what you're
I was
talking
talking
about?
Siegfried and Roy, but
Yeah.
are they
okay.
still around? They're not
No.
around.
No, not at all.
Roy hasn't been around for a while.
Yeah. They ran into some technical issues, and that kind of caused a rift.
Are they still around?
It caused a rift.
Oh my god! What would tear
They're
them
around
apart?
more or less.
Oh my
What tore them apart?
Oh
I
boy!
think Ains is first on this one.
To shreds, you say.
Two shreds, you say? All right, Ains.
Yeah.
NES original Final Fantasy, which I didn't care for. I didn't care for that game, but had a really high rating. This is going to be between 100,000 and 250,000. We're gonna raise it up a bit. I may be bluffing. I may not. Who knows?
First off, Fantasy Star is better. I'll just say that out of the gate.
The original?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, need to play that again.
And I will say 197.
Ooh, good. Ooh, that's a good number.
I will say 246.
246.
Why not?
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna try to read Ryan a little bit.
Don't you dare.
I'm gonna go right dead in the center of that, and I'm gonna say 215, 230.
Boy.
Would you believe that he is right up? No. But Tim, Final Fantasy, $204,000.
Wow. I think Ains was closer then.
Well, I think what's that?
I think Ains was closer than
What
he said
was yours?
197.
Oh, yeah, I was with him with 7,000, 197.
Oh, my God, I can't do math. All right, thank you, Tim.
We're here, buddy. Don't worry.
Thank you, Tim.
All right.
I wasn't even
Yeah,
Thank you,
absolutely.
Tim. $204,000.
I mean, yay, I got it.
Man, I just
$204,000?
can't think about spending that much money on. Anyways, moving on.
It's me.
Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
My favorite
perfect.
NES game.
It's a good game.
Yep.
I like it. It's not my favorite.
Just wondering if you're going to pick out my favorite NES game next.
I don't have it. No, I don't.
I don't think I do either. I'm going to look that up while you're...
I think I know your favorite NES game, maybe, but it's not Mike.
Go ahead.
Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, the one with Mike Tyson, not the one with
Of course.
Mr. Dream. Between 150,000 and 400,000.
Oh, boy. Let's go. That's a good one. And
That is a good
it's
one. Damn.
rarer because they stopped making the Tyson cartridges, right?
Yeah, they surely did.
So I'm going to say... I forgot the range. Was it 500?
150 to 400.
Okay, I'm going to say 371.
371.
Oh, is it me? Okay, sorry. I was looking up and then also realized my favorite NES game.
What's that?
It's Rampage.
Oh, is it Rampage?
I loved Rampage on the NES. I played it all the time as a little kid. I'm going to go with 175.
175.
Yep, lowballing.
I'll go 333.
333.
333.
Mike Tyson's Punch-Out for the Nintendo Entertainment System sold at $312,000.
Whoa.
Wow.
Like, that's Ains.
Wow, that's amazing.
Ains, yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
That is
I heard
amazing.
it.
Thank you.
The Legend of Zelda. Oh, man.
OG?
The OG. Even the dogs love it.
Oh, for once, it's not my dog. Yay!
The Legend of Zelda, the OG. Here's your range. This is fun. 700,000
No.
to 1 million.
What?
Yep.
Oof, man. Let's go with 872.
Okay.
See?
872. Amazing.
I meant to unmute myself, not press that button. I'm going to
I thought
say
it was an amazing
All
guess.
been there.
775.
775.
I don't even remember what I said.
I'm going to make you math it out. I'm going to say 1 million.
You said 872,
Okay.
Ains. The Legend of Zelda for the original NES sold for 870.
Whoa.
Oh, no.
Oh my
You
God.
So you said 870, and I was like, "Oh my God, he's gonna get it right on the money." And then he said 2.
You guys would have had to PayPal me $100.
$800 guys, can we just take a step? $870,000 for that game.
Why?
I don't know. At first I was amazed, and as we go through this game, I'm starting to just get more angry.
All right, let's get some more anger out of us. Resident Evil for the PlayStation, $150,000 to $300,000.
Resident Evil.
For the original PlayStation.
184,000.
184,000 from Gane.
I think one of these are going to be a trick at some point, so I'm going to go 152.
152?
Yeah.
184, 152?
Man, no joke, guys. I still have in mint condition the original Resident Evil cardboard, the big cardboard one from PlayStation.
You're about
the very
to make
first one.
some good money
Yeah,
here.
That's
awesome.
It's sitting right there. I can see it.
You're going to make
we're
some
doing the research
good
for
money.
you.
What's the range again? I'm sorry.
150 to 300.
All right, I'm going to go high this time. 280.
Resident Evil for the PlayStation sold at auction for $264,000.
Holy Moses.
$1,000.
All right. So hang on to that.
Yeah, right.
Could
I
be
wish.
valuable someday.
That may be worth some money.
Jeez.
Wait, I'm confused. If he has a sealed package of that game, what is the difference between the one that sold at auction?
Did we find out the name of it? There's
Sorry, I'm looking. I got into the game and
I can't find it. I've honestly been looking while we've been talking. So you know how when you have a comic, an old comic, you can get it in that glass and get it officially rated.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
they do the same thing for video games. But I forget the name of the company now. But basically, if you have a classic game, it's sealed, brand new, and then you get it rated and it's a high rating, like in the 9.5 or whatever, they become worth a ton of money. Sadly, mine's not sealed.
It's called, these are all really from Heritage Auctions is
Okay.
what they're called. And then they get a rating system. And what is this rating called? So I'm looking at the Resident Evil 1
I didn't
right
know
now.
you were using Heritage Auctions. That's why all my guesses are
So I'm looking at Heritage, the one that sold Resident Evil got a 9.6, whatever that means rating.
So what it is, it's like a baseball card or comic. So it means like the picture on the box is centered, like the box is not crumpled even a little bit. Like
they
everything's
do that
perfect.
with like trading cards, too, like
Yeah.
Pokemon cards and stuff.
Is the word you're looking for Wata graded?
That's it. I said Weta earlier.
There you go.
Yeah, it's Weta.
Oh, it is
There you go.
WATA. It's WATA certified PS1 Capcom, and it says ridged long box
That's
made
what I have.
/ printed in USA,
Yeah.
Nice.
mature rated, pixelated.
Bro.
Dude, that's the one I have, except for mine's opened.
Is it?
That's
is-
dope.
Well, this one's unopened.
I also owned that box back in the day.
Close it.
Well,
We'll close it.
quickly, someone get a shrink wrap machine. We have money to be made.
Oh, man.
Well, just know that if
Finder's fee, finder's fee, finder's
you,
fee. Okay, I'm just taking some notes
apparently
here.
if you post that there, you may make some good money.
Well,
Good to
hell.
know.
Also, close to the top of my favorite PlayStation 1 games. Fucking love that game. The original.
Yeah, it's our yeah,
It's too scary.
it's a game. Sonic.
I'm sure we were playing a game. What?
Sonic the Hedgehog
Mm.
for the Genesis
I'm going to say that's Tim first, even though I'm not positive. But let's just say it.
between 400 and 500. We'll give you a low one.
420, baby. Yeah.
You're doing 420? All
right. Well, yeah, sure. Why not? Seems reasonable.
Let's go. Is it me?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Let's go 465.
465. All right.
407.
407. Sonic the Hedgehog for the Genesis sold at auction for a whopping 420. Tim, you got it right.
Get the hell out of here.
Oh,
Oh, my God.
That's
amazing.
An extra point.
that's awesome.
Oh, I'm so happy.
So
It
impressed.
actually did sell
Thank
for
you,
420.
weed number.
Yep, there you go. Yep, 420,000. Let's see if I can find the number that it got a pretty high one of those ranking numbers.
It certainly did.
Those things are amazing. The Super Mario Brothers 3, going back to that, had a 9.6 on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those things just it baffles me. It's so wild how much
it baffles me that Mario 3 is so much less than a bunch of these other ones.
It might be because they made more of them.
No,
Mario
that's what
3
I'm
was
thinking.
everywhere.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's
Yeah. All right.
Clever.
Super Mario 64.
Oh,
Wow.
boy.
We all love this game, right?
I would love it.
Between here we go, guys. Here we go.
Big one.
Between 1 million and 2 million.
That's Ains first.
All right. I remember seeing the article about this one. But
This is a recent sale. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that, but I don't remember what the value was. But I remember it being absurd. I thought it was something like, I'm going to say 1.4.
1.4.
That's exactly what I was going to say because I was just
Well,
I was picturing
you can't say that now.
I was picturing a headline and 1.4 looked like something that would be in a headline. I'm going to say 1.6.
1.6.
Okay, look, I ran the news game when we talk about this.
I think you did. And I was like, someone may have mentioned this in our show. And Tim, I don't care if you know it off the top of your head just because you remember it. You're still get the bonus point, but we'll see.
If I remember correctly, it was 1.56.
No fucking way.
Guys,
This is like in the back of my brain space. 1.56 million.
Guys, Super Mario 64 for the Nintendo 64, one of the greatest N64 games ever created, sold at auction for $1.56 million.
How long ago did you do that news headline?
Nice.
It was a while ago.
What the
Yeah.
fuck? That is insane.
I don't know.
Tim has a steel trap when it comes to these things. Useless information.
Well, you got to know these things when you're a king.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Yeah, that was well played. Well played. All right.
Oh, man. Okay.
Here we go.
Yep, this is me.
Things are getting spicy. Super Mario Brothers for the NES, the original Mario Brothers.
I think I've heard of that one.
Between 1.5 million and 3 million.
What?
2 point.
I don't know why these keep blowing my mind, but that's blowing my mind.
Yeah.
I feel like I should be used to it.
You
at
think
this
that
point.
was blowing? I was doing the game. I'm like, the fuck? Who's paying for this?
I'm going to say 2.2.
2.2.
Oh, my God.
This is when you get into those like bitter because I have to make a house payment type.
Yes, no doubt. No doubt.
3 million.
3 million. All right.
Yep.
Wow.
Going for it.
I'll go low then. I'll go 1.7.
Super Mario Brothers for the original Nintendo Entertainment System sold for an aggravating $2 million.
$2 million.
$2 million.
Pretty sure that was. No, I don't know who that was.
That was
I said 2.2, I believe.
Yeah, it's Kenny.
Ah, okay. Well done.
There you go. Our final one. John Madden football.
Well, I still have that too. Nice.
Oh, well, you're about to be
awesome.
very happy.
Is it the cardboard one, the original Genesis one?
This one is the NES one, but yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. All right. John Madden football.
News headline at the end of this: Ains is retiring.
I wish.
I would love if this game just got you to go, wait, I should sell these, and then you just made a fortune, and you're like,
So
well,
how did you become a bazillionaire while I was on this show?
I love it. All right,
Just remember us. You know?
John Madden football between 400,000
Oh.
and
Now here's a guy who paid a lot of money for a game.
and 600,000.
Okay, that's Tim.
420, baby.
420, baby.
Worked out last time.
555.
555.
Aw. Aliens and StarCraft references.
456.
456. John Madden Football, which was a game that existed and I know about.
Good facts.
Sold for $480,000.
Wow. Wow.
Which I believe
Wow.
was Kenny.
I said 456. Yeah.
Well done, Kenny.
There you go.
Much. Who won? I
Final
have no
scores.
clue who won.
Final scores. Kenny, you had 3. Good job, man. Good job.
Thought I did better.
Ains, a respectable 4.
Nice.
Timothy,
Give it to me, baby.
with 6 points, he is the winner.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Closest to the pin.
All right.
Nice.
I did it. Guys, we
Well,
did
got
it.
some
Wow.
shocking
That was
information from that. That was interesting.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, wow.
aggravating. To say the least.
Ains, thank you so much, man. This was a blast tonight. I'm glad you had the time
Yeah.
to stick around. I didn't know how much time you'd have, but I'm glad that we got had that long chat with you because that was fun as hell.
No, that's awesome, guys. Yeah, no, I always make sure to do shows like this. Try not to have a hard stop because of the, reasons like that, right? It's just fun to chat. So, no, it's been an absolute blast, guys. Really, a lot of fun. Thank you for having me on. Pleasure speaking with you guys, and we'll have to do it again sometime.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm pretty sure you might be a candidate for a Pod v Pod showdown
yeah.
sometime. I think that'd be pretty fun. Going up against Season Gaming, so we'll have to talk about that. at some point.
Just hit me up. We'll figure it out.
My favorite thing to do in those is my Family Feud game and go and survey 100 people about gaming questions. We do the feud. Podcast versus podcast
Boy,
style.
if you didn't like gamers before, wait till you play that game.
Then you absolutely hate everybody when you're playing that game. You're like, how the hell is this the number one answer?
Ains, do you want to remind the listeners one more time where they can find your everything you do?
Yeah, so with a name like Ainsley, it's pretty easy to find me on Twitter. So you can just find me as Ains, or my gamer tag is Porsche Power everywhere, which is my Twitter handle. And then, like I said, just check out Season Gaming. Any support would be appreciated. You can swing by, and we do the Bitcast live every Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern. So please feel free to come swing by. It's a great community, great chat, and you don't get any of the nonsense. So it's always a good time.
Right on, man. Thank you so much for
Awesome,
joining
man.
us, and congrats on your Leet Gamer Trivia win on your first time on the Leetist.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You now have
Dominated
a
us.
point on our leaderboard, so we'll have to talk to you again soon sometime. SeasonGaming.com. Thanks so much, man.
Absolutely.
Take care.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
All right. Thank you very much to Ains from Seasons Gaming for joining us today. That was an awesome conversation with him. Awesome games. Fun
my
had by
God.
all.
He is such a cool dude.
Yeah, it was a good time. Hope to see him on the show again in the near future. And now is the time for us to go around the digital table and talk about one thing from the week we're psyched about in Flavor of the Week. Flavor of the Week. I'll go first because in the 5 minutes since we talked to Ains, somehow I've played 10 hours of Biomutant.
This guy is a time traveler.
I've done the impossible.
that's good.
No, we recorded with Ains earlier in the week, so there's some magic going on here. But I did play Cyberpunk Biomutant after talking to
He did
Ains,
play Cyberpunk.
and Biomutant is better than I thought it would be. I think, yeah, for sure, it's a fun game. I think it definitely has a lot of mechanics going on. Like they tried to cram in. I think we talked about this a long time ago on the podcast when Ryan played it. But they're doing a lot of things in that game, like as far as like crafting a karma system. There's vehicles, there's mounts, there's abilities for your melee, for ranged weapon, for magic. There's like so many things. I didn't notice the thing that Ryan was talking about as far as like so much dialogue that you can't skip, and they're translating. They might have patched it to make it different.
Yeah, I
and
think
easier.
they patched that. You had mentioned, and I was like, yeah, that was one of the complaints I had when I first started, and also like many complaints from the reviewers when it first came out.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks like they listened, and they were like, okay, I guess people don't like our strange language dialogue.
Well, yeah, a lot of the stuff is pretty easily skippable, so which I am doing because I don't care much about the story, but there's different factions that have these little camps around the world, and you're this little like rat biomutant man, and I'm doing like a magey kind of build. The combat leaves a little to be desired, but it's fun. I think it's pretty smooth feeling, and it's nice being able to like dodge around and shoot at the same time. It almost feels like a Devil May Cry sort of dual wield gun sort of thing. You can do that, and then you can bust out your magic spells, and you can do dual wield melee, which I'm doing, and craft your own cool weapons with cool things on them. Like I said, there's so many things packed into this game. Like the crafting system's deep. There's a karma system. I don't even know what the hell it's doing, if it's doing anything. It's a pretty cool, colorful open world on my big HDR screen. If you can get it on sale, I'd say play Biomutant for sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about you, Ryan?
Man, it has been an awesome weekend. I gotta say, Nashville, again, cannot stress how much I love October in Nashville and just this weather and everything. But I got two flavors. One is they have a haunted house here called Slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
And Slaughterhouse is at Full Moon Cineplex, which is actually right by Tim. It's
That's right.
Right down the
It's
road.
also a place that's got a tattoo shop in it as well.
Yep, it's a Cineplex / tattoo parlor.
Yeah.
That shows like exclusively like horror films, right? Like that's what they're kind of
yeah,
like,
for the
known
most part.
Yeah. And talk to the owners there, and they're just so cool. They're so nice. We did the Slaughterhouse, which is basically like a 45-minute long haunted house. It was a lot of fun. I realized that I'm that person at haunted houses that laughs more than I should, I guess. Or maybe they like that. I don't know. And I cut a lot of jokes.
I'm sure they love it. I'm sure they're just waiting for you.
With the actors. Like there was a part in that where there was hanging like hands on the wall and hands on the ceiling, and they're all hung up. And I just put my hand up and went, high five, high five, high five. And then there was a creepy lady at the end, and I'm like, high five. And she goes, high five. And then she high five. And I'm like, this is kind of what I like. And then there's another guy came up to us, and he's like, I want to peel your skin off and wear it for myself. And I go, well, there's a bunch of us. If you could peel off anyone's skin, who would you have chosen? And he looks at one of my friends, Kristen, who is there, and he's like, well, you got a pretty face. And then I went, oh, you didn't want my skin.
Your skin's not pretty enough.
My skin wasn't up to snuff for this guy.
So this was like a pumpkin patch scary tunnel place?
It's a...
What the fuck?
Can you explain what
this
you
is like
think
a pumpkin patch scary tunnel?
Oh, it's a haunted house. I got you.
Yeah. Do you want to explain what you think a haunted house is?
No, I'm just wondering if it's just a haunted house, or was it like a I don't know, like an event of some sort that had a haunted house.
Yeah, it's so Full Moon Cineplex is like this building that like we said, tattoo and Cineplex, but like it also is really large and has like a lot of areas. So they just converted it into a haunted house during this time of year, and it's just like it's like actually a lot of layers to it. It's freaking huge. So
I think I saw like the timer for it is like 45 minutes or something like that.
There's a part in the haunted house where you go through a maze, and the clue was the circles are squares. And I'm like, okay. And then we looked. I think we got lost in that maze for 15 minutes, and like more people kept funneling in. And so you could see the actors going, why don't you try that? They finally give up on you. They go,
why don't you just go left ahead?
Why don't you tell me the name of the movie you'd like to see? So that was a lot of fun. And then the secondary one, last night we did a murder mystery dinner party at my friend Andy and Renee's place. And they did a medieval theme for it. So we all dressed up. And it was so much freaking fun.
Yeah.
I cannot stress how much like I want to do this again. Everyone was in their characters. Everyone was role playing really well. The murder mystery became so secondary because we were just having fun role playing. That it was like, oh yeah, that's right. We got to solve a mystery, I guess.
Right, a bunch of D&D nerds that got together for it too.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, you would have had a blast with it. It was.
I'm always on the fence about whether or not I want to do one of those. I simply cannot decide.
It is. I think you would have had a great time.
I believe it.
But I was the king in this scenario, and
Of course.
I got to be kingly. And I won the Drama Queen Award for Best Acting, which I liked.
Very nice.
Yeah, and that was fun. So, flavors of the
Well
week.
done. Yeah.
I want to isolate a sound clip of Ryan going, I got to be King Lee.
I dig it.
I also have multiple flavors, but I'll do them a little bit shorter. I got okay. One, I'll just get right off the top. That Ains interview was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
That was definitely a flavor for me because we talked for a very long time, and it was great. Just kind of like just going over so much stuff with somebody who was really knowledgeable in a lot of subjects.
Yes.
and that was really
I'll just
awesome.
cut you off real quick since we haven't mentioned it in the main show that we did talk to Ains for a long time, and a lot of that conversation is going to go over to the bonus show for patrons. So if you're not a patron and want to hear us talk more to Ains, even more of it will be there.
I recommend it.
There you go.
And then also I did some visiting around town to some businesses to confirm this big event I've got later in this month, and I was able to kind of reaffirm and restart a relationship with a venue that we haven't been to in a really long time, and I'm really, really stoked about going back to that place, a place called Disc Insider in town that a lot of people from Talk About Gong are like a huge fan of that place, and it's literally been months since we've been there, so it's cool to like kind of like reconnect and get those going again. So that is awesome.
I love that place because I don't like beer, and they have cider.
That's right.
No, and their cider is like so good. It is, if you go to your local grocery store and they actually have, I don't know if they like, I mean, I've seen them at Kroger and Publix out here, but if they're kind of reaching further out, man, get some. Get some Bob's Your Uncle Ale.
That's some
it's
good stuff. Two more short ones. I know I got a lot of flavors. I'm sorry.
Keep going, brother.
I woke up yesterday and just wanted to hear some tunes, so I started working on the next Bangers for PS4 and found one song in particular that I have just been casually listening to in my car because it is so fucking good. I am so excited to share this.
Do we want to? Are we gonna do it for Bangers, or do you want to like give it to us now? Like, let's listen to it.
I'll hang on to it. I'll hang on to it. It'll be worth it. It'll be good. So yeah, sometime in the next couple episodes, we'll definitely be doing another Bangers. And then lastly, and biggest was instead of going out to the haunted house with you guys on Friday night, Kathy and I stayed in and we watched The Warriors. And that is one of my favorite movies. And Kathy had never seen it, and she totally freaking loved it.
Oh, yeah.
And then I promptly ordered my Warriors vest for my Halloween costume. So I am super excited to be Ajax from the Warriors.
Which you will be able to reuse when Dragon Con comes back
That's
around next
right.
year. You can go Ajax.
I've never
Heck
seen that
yeah.
movie before.
Oh my God, Kenny, I love this movie. It's on Amazon Prime. If you remember, you can watch it.
Oh,
for
I
free
did
on there.
watch an old movie this week. I watched The Fisher King.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you ever seen that?
I have seen The Fisher King. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, really good movie. I can't believe
Yeah.
I can't believe I did not know the plot of that movie because I've heard the name a million times throughout the years just because it's a Terry Gilliam movie and because I know that Robin Williams is real well known for it. I had no idea it was based on Howard Stern. I mean, it totally is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Definitely is.
Yeah, good movie. Fisher King.
Oh, man. So, that's it. That's all my flavors. I know I had a lot of them. I had kind of a Neapolitan today, so.
Well, that works for me.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose we have reached the end of the trail. Man, it feels like such a long time today.
I'm exhausted. I've been talking to you guys too much.
Yeah, geez, long one today.
I'm looking forward to us being all back together again, though. I can tell you that much.
Yeah,
That'll be good.
We're digital today. We'll be back around the table next week, I believe, as my COVID stint has ended. And we'll probably have some fun guests coming up, I imagine. I don't remember what's on the calendar, but we always have fun stuff coming up. So there we go. More games and games to come. Tim's Bangers and Bangers PS4 edition coming up soon. Looking forward to that one.
Look forward to this. That's what they say on Nintendo Switch things. Look forward to this.
Oh, yeah. And then snap. Do the finger snap thing. TheLeetist.com is the jumping off point for everything we do at The Leetist. Go up there, check out the Discord. Discord's open to everybody. Send us an email, send us a shout, come up with a game, play it on the show, become a patron, come on the show and play games with us. That's what they do. We have all our patrons on.
Yeah. And if you came here from Gamers Week podcast, here's the trivia from our spot on their most recent episode. I laid it on pretty thick for this one. Tell me what you guys think. The Game & Watch was a technological marvel, probably, with such memorable titles as Ball, Fire, and Helmet. But all good things must come to an end, as a year after the Game Boy release, the Game & Watch line was discontinued. Do you know the name of their last game? Here's a hint. The game was remarkably similar to Ball.
Stick.
Was it Stick?
No, it's not Stick. It's called Mario the Juggler.
Oh.
Mario the Juggler.
Wait, so
Yep.
was that because I remember the Game & Watch game where you actually had that person that was like the ball would go between the hands and you'd have to like maneuver him. So
Yep.
was it just a Mario shaped version of that person?
Yeah, it was like with updated graphics, but it was
Okay,
basically
gotcha.
the exact same game. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty ridiculous, but it was in color and everything. And
Did you guys ever have like one of those machines?
No, never once.
Definitely
I had
never
Tiger
once.
Electronics, but I never
Yeah.
had any Game & Watch.
Didn't even realize Game & Watch was a thing until I saw him, the guy in Smash Brothers, I think. And then I learned it.
Mr. Game & Watch.
Yeah, there you
He's
go.
the guy who actually does catch the balls.
Yeah.
in
Oh, the juggler?
other game. Yeah, the juggler.
Well, I'll be damned. Today I learned.
With all the funny titles, well, I try to find cool video game titles for games on this show. I'll have to remember. What is it? I already forgot it. Mario the Juggler.
Mario the Juggler.
Mario the
That's a good one.
Juggler.
Awesome.
Oh, shit. I just thought of something, too. This is just something for everybody to enjoy. Two things that we've done to help make your Leetist experience better. One is I have finally done a full segment breakdown of every episode of every show we've done, including every different game we've done within each game. So every Soundscapes category, every Leet Gamer category, everything is now searchable on the website.
You
so
are a
if
madman.
like a specific segment of our show and you want to hear more of them, if you like bangers, if you like limericks, if you like, pina coladas, then go onto the website and search that, and you can bring up any episode where we play a game with that segment in it. So, yeah, that part's done.
That's
the next
awesome.
thing I'm working on now is getting all of our previous banger segments built into playlists for our YouTube. So I can just share out the bangers from bangers we found so far from, let's see, what have we done? GameCube, PS1, N64, and Wii. No, we haven't done GameCube yet, have we?
I don't think so.
Or have we? I can't remember.
I don't
but
think
yeah.
we've done GameCube.
Okay.
But
Well, there are several, and
Can we
I'm
do
working on the
GameCube,
playlist
please?
right now. Yeah. I'd like to do GameCube at some point. I think that'd be fun.
I should be good at the PS4 one. I say that now, but we'll see how much
I tried to with PS4. It's tricky. I'm trying not to go too popular of PS4 games,
Right.
but still ones that you know the names of, basically.
Sure.
So it'll be good. It'll be good.
Right on. Tim working hard to bring entertainment to you all in a convenient package. So there you go. Over on theleetist.com. Thank you very much, Ryan. Thank you very much, Tim. I'll see you guys around the table next week. And thank you, listeners. Stick around. Patrons, go over on there to check out your bonus show that you get. And everyone else, join the Patreon, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
Catch you next week on The Leetist.
Bye, friends.
Bye.